started going. I'm sorry. At home, and this might shock and stun and deeply sadden a lot of people, people are sick and tired of reporters standing up and yelling questions, in this case, where he was clearly yelling questions out of turn. And so, I don't know. Mika, what do you think?
It's a tough one. I think the story's going to speak for itself, and the reaction to it will speak for itself. And I know how it's going to go, and I'm not going to bother to say it.
I will say this. If Barack Obama were standing there and somebody else was asking a question and somebody decided to stand up and make a political statement.
There was an intensity in a
well, the guy
statement
flew all the way out there to ask a question. Right. I think I'd seen him on CNN last night. This is a very big moment for him. This is 15 minutes of fame. And you can be shocked and stunned and deeply saddened at Donald Trump's immigration policy. We've been critical of what he said on the air here. But if I'm holding a press conference, or you're holding a press conference, you're holding a press conference, and you saw a guy, you know, trying to get his 15 minutes of fame the night before, you know, and pretending he was Walter Cronkite on the convention floor when or Dan Rather on the convention floor with Daley's thugs pulling him out, when actually this was all staged by you.
I'm putting the filter back on.
No, I'm sorry.
Aww.
It's just the truth. The guy was making a political... You got a question to ask.
I don't disagree.
As you saw, have that exchange, and you can judge
Casey,
that how you will.
Casey, as a reporter, what do you think about another, and I'll put it in quotation marks right now, another reporter giving a speech while the rest of you just watch, and turning a press conference into a grand spectacle?
Look, Joe, I think that, you know, all of us have to decide how we're going to conduct ourselves in those rooms, right? But I do think that what happened at the top of that back and forth, the idea that somebody is going to be thrown out, silenced, not allowed to ask a question, is something that gives a lot of reporters pause.
He wasn't asking a question. I'm asking you as a reporter. What do you think when a guy stands up and doesn't ask a question and he begins at the top delivering a lecture?
Well, look, Joe, I mean, the reality is Jorge Ramos has a particular perspective on this particular issue, and that's different from a lot of other reporters in the room, and I think you can have a legitimate debate about how that fits into, you know, what these press conferences should be and how they should work. But I will say that President Obama has also taken pretty difficult questions, and you may argue lectures, from Jorge Ramos over the years. He suggested in one interview that Obama was the deporter-in-chief, which Obama took not very well, and it ended up in a testy exchange. So,
Casey, let me just touch. That was a one-on-one situation. I just want to. I'm not taking